12 hours ago.
Like
24 hours ago.
24 hours ago. Yeah. Well, this is your family.
Yeah.
So in a lot of ways, you're just
I
back
should just
home.
live here. My bed's over there,
live
know,
here
right next to the wall.
The wall is
Yeah, a lot
warm.
of the footage we had in that little clip was here. So there you go.
Yep.
You never leave. You're just always here.
You never leave.
But that was great. And your friend Mika was on last
I
week.
know. I love Mika so much.
How did you guys meet? How did that whole
do you know
relationship
Martin?
start? Yeah.
Because you know Martin. Because
Yeah,
he took photos of you.
Oh, Martin.
So
wow.
Martin knows like everyone that needs to be known here in LA, and he set up a photo shoot with me and Mika and like a ton of other people, and like me and Mika, like even though there was like 12 other people at this photo shoot, me and Mika became like best friends.
You just like saw each other like
yeah. It was like one of those moments like, oh my god, and she's like, oh my god, and I'm like. Oh my god, like I never channeled that side of me before until I met Mika, and it comes out every single time we see each other now.
Oh my gosh, we'll have to have you both on at some point.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
You're
be a lot
channeling
of
it
Get this
too.
whole
Yeah.
dynamic going on
escalating
camera.
loud noises. That's what's
Yes.
gonna happen.
Oh my god, I love that. Okay,
Did you see she's channeling it now too?
I'm
That's the
also
second.
getting
Oh my god, we've
louder.
got. Oh my god.
Excitement!
I literally was about to say that too.
Oh my god.
Why did I stop myself? We could have
Oh
been
my
in
God.
sync. But I just was so shocked.
Wow.
I was, she like read my mind there. You have a synergy, like a weird aura, I guess, or something.
A
going
weird
on.
aura.
Like a weird aura. Is
In
it
a good
oppressing?
way,
Is
guys.
it?
Is it an oppressive aura?
Yeah.
Oh, it's more like a, I'm going to lock my claws into you.
Jeez.
Oh,
Be
yeah,
my
that sounds about right.
Be my friend now forever.
Oh yeah, that's what I would
Something
do.
like-
I
it's
would,
positive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of positive, you have your own show.
Yes.
Yes, it's on Caffeine.
Yes. It's on Thursdays.
It's every Thursday. And how long have you guys been running now?
I want to say a year and a half now. Kind
Whoa,
of.
congrats.
Holy
yeah.
cow.
So
That's a
long time.
we
That
do
is a long
it.
time.
Basically, like we'll do 10 episodes in one go, and then we'll take like a little break.
Yeah.
And then we'll do another 10 episodes. So we just took like our winter hiatus, and now we're back. We just had our second episode yesterday.
Congratulations.
congrats.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was really fun.
How do you go about putting the show together? And actually, more importantly, how did this idea come about?
So
I know you're already
a lot of
cosplayer,
caffeine. Caffeine kind of like enabled me because originally what I was streaming was just like, I'm building something, watch me sew for like 6 hours.
Right.
And they're like, so like, you wear these costumes, but like what else can we do to develop your show? And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, okay, what if we like had a guest and you dressed them up? I'm like, I don't know. We booked you a guest and a space, so just like show up. And I'm like, okay. so at the very beginning, I didn't really have a hand in like because I was so like shocked that it was happening that when it happened, I'm like, wow,
Whoa,
okay,
yeah, how
I'm
do
making a
I-
costume for this person that I never met before, and we're just gonna like do this stream. And
Yeah.
it ended up becoming really great and really fun, and it's been going on for about a year and a half now. I've had so many different people on of different sizes and body types, which is really interesting for me as a crafter.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
how-
you had me send me all your measurements. So that's something you do with every person.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's completely custom and tailored and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I know because I was
It's
on it.
really
but I'm
interesting.
just leading the conversation here.
It's really interesting when the person's like super tall because
Okay.
I'm not super tall,
Right.
and I'm holding up this piece to me, and I'm like, this thing is like, it's like a bathrobe on
Right,
me.
yeah,
It's so
yeah.
big, and but on them it's like too small, and I'm like, whoops,
Right.
oopsies. So it's fun, and I'm learning a lot about building and crafting. I feel like Adam Savage right now. I
that's
just
a
want to
good way
be
to
like
put
him.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want to be
So
like
you're-
the tiny Asian Adam Savage. That's what I
Yes.
want to be.
Oh my God. Well, we know Carrie. Maybe we could have her bring Adam Savage at some point.
Yeah,
that
that'd
would
be cool. That'd be super cool.
Carrie, I'm gonna call you. But that's cool. So that's kind of your idol. It's your go-to guy.
Yeah.
For like kind of what you're aiming your career to be like.
I don't
or
even
what's
know.
The approach?
Well, I don't know. I mean, whatever ends up happening with life, because
Yeah.
I mean, this is an interesting career
It
choice.
is.
Cosplay,
Yeah.
being in internet, anything. There's, we're all trailblazers, sort of.
Totally. Oh,
So-
it's the Wild West. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So I guess I'll just like figure it out. But I really like making costumes for other people.
Okay.
Like as much as I spent the last like decade being like, hey, look at me, everyone, follow
You're
me.
your own model.
And
yeah.
it kind of got really old after a while, and it's still fun to have people like what I make and stuff, but it's so much more rewarding when I see a person who maybe at first they didn't think that they would look cool or
Right.
they're self-conscious, and then
Oh,
once
yeah.
they put on the costume and they have the makeup on, they get into it. You know, it's like this the power they draw from the character, and you know they're showing it off, but at the same time that's their own power that they
100%.
drew from themselves too. So
Yeah.
it's just like I want to show them
Yeah.
the superpower that
You
they're
bring it to
capable
light.
of.
You're like a lure. You just lure it out of them.
Yes.
That's good. And just to be, for you guys who maybe haven't watched the show yet, we do get to pick our own costumes. So
Yep.
every person that you have on the show, you'll email them and you'll be like, what do you want to be?
Yeah.
And then they'll send you a list and then
And
you'll pick the best one, right?
I've gotten really
Or the
weird
easiest one.
requests before.
Yeah.
Yes, I try and do the easiest one.
Right. Because the time frame is literally
a week.
a week.
Well,
Yeah.
I try and book people out maybe like a month in advance, and then I have a month to really like figure out how to build their costume, but I give myself about 7 days to make it. Some of the weirder requests I've got, which I didn't make, was Lord Zed from Power Rangers.
Oh.
And I
That's an
wanted,
intense one.
I wanted to make that so badly, but with the time frame, I wasn't able to make it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the problem being that if I wanted to put a muscle suit under him, I would have had to order a muscle suit, and it would have taken a
Oh,
month
my
to get here.
God,
So it's his
yeah.
own fault for not responding to me soon enough.
If it had been 2 months out, you would have been good.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I would have put him in a muscle suit. I would have like painted the whole thing red. It would have been so cool. But also some other weird requests I got, which we actually ended up doing, was to dress up Lily Pichu as Pokimane.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, so it actually
I remember seeing
went
some posts
off
about that.
Dude, it
Yeah.
went really well. At first I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna turn this like Asian girl into a Mediterranean girl. Like, how is this gonna work? And then almost everyone on Twitter was fooled. Everyone freaked
Wow.
out about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That's amazing. So, are you finding that a lot of people are tuning in just because there's that curiosity of like, how's this going to turn out? Like, or
Yeah.
they're more going for the people who are, your friends, and they're your friends, right?
Yeah, so like it's kind of both, right?
Yeah.
They they've watched the streamer before and they want to see it on my show, but like also I'd like to kind of throw in I like to choose from their list of characters that are the most transformative.
Yeah.
So last night I had Sushi Dragon on, and he's a guy, right? So I wanted to dress him up as a girl, and
Okay, yeah.
it looked really, really good.
Oh my God.
Super good. He was actually really convincing. So I posted a bunch of pictures on Twitter.
So go to her Twitter if you guys want to see the photos.
Yeah.
Maybe we can pull them up. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Maybe.
Perhaps work some magic.
So he makes a fine lady.
Fine, lady.
That's one of the other things I really love about transforming people is when I can do the opposite gender.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Oh yeah, and also
Yeah.
it's like a fun thing for streamer boys to do nowadays. Like sneaky.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Super
thank you, Sneaky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sneaky. Thank you for making that thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. So
We're pulling up the photo, the transformation now. Oh, you guys did like a really cool video of it.
Yeah.
Okay, the TikTok. Look at
Yes.
that. You're right. You can hardly tell. That is an amazing transformation.
he looks really good as a lady.
Holy cow.
Seriously.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Nailed
Oh
it.
my gosh. So there you go. So that's your show in a nutshell. Now, you were a cosplay before this. You said you did internet stuff. Was it always that trajectory for you? Like, did you ever do anything else besides cosplay before that?
I would say, I mean, with cosplay, I branch out onto a lot of like other influencer things, like YouTube videos. I tried to do like tutorials and like
When
I
did you start? Like, what year?
Oh, 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been
same industry. Like, I started 2011. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
almost a decade now. So
that's cool.
I know. Yeah, back then it was.
Wow, almost.
Yeah.
2011 was
Yeah.
10 years ago.
I
And
know.
did you go to school?
Almost.
Like, was
I know.
there-
Yeah, I just had a moment.
Just had a moment of this is life.
Yeah.
It goes by way too fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we hit 2021, oh, man, then it's gonna really be our
Yeah.
10-year anniversary, right?
Yeah.
When I went to school for graphic design, and I actually, when I graduated, I worked in like designing mobile apps. Speaking of Atari, because you guys were talking about it before, I did a game for Atari at one point.
What?
Yeah, and then
Small world?
Yeah, so they went bankrupt while they were making the game, and so they
Yeah,
didn't
there
pay
was
us.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Oh, that was me on your show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We can show that as well. Oh, that was my cosplay. Oh my god,
You
I'm
look so good
I'm
in
pulling
that.
that out one of these days. I'm gonna bring it back out. And
Absolutely,
maybe for Halloween or
yes.
something. I loved it.
I'm
I was
so glad you
happy
did.
I finally did that. It's been a dream of mine for a long time.
Yay!
And I'm sure that's what you do for all these people on your show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that like everyone just like wears it all to a costume party at some point together.
Right. Because then that would be amazing to just have all your creations in one place.
Yeah, I mean, if they went to a convention together in the costumes, that'd be super cool, and all of their fans will really love it, you know?
Are you planning that for real? You
I'm gonna let them plan it. I'm not gonna pressure them and be like, hey, I made you a costume, you better wear it.
do it. Wear it now. Where did you think you got your like on camera persona?
I've just always been super extroverted.
Are you
and
like hyper?
Yeah, so I didn't have any training beforehand, but I was the president of the anime club. I was president in high school and in college, so I feel like that,
An achiever.
Yeah,
you
know,
like doing the thing.
I like making other people like the same thing that I like.
Yeah, you're like, I love this so much. Please, someone else like it with me.
You must watch this with me.
Yeah.
I will tie you to the chair. Yeah, and I guess I don't know. I didn't get any like training for like hosting or anything, but it just I get really excited on camera and in front of audiences. So
you're not afraid to show it. It's just half the battle.
Yes,
that's good.
I'm like really entranced in your video.
Right. That's interesting. And there's
It's all
Martin's
going on the
back
screen.
in
Yeah,
his
yeah.
head right
Martin
there.
is such a good photographer, yo.
Yeah, he's crazy good.
He's been doing tutorials on YouTube lately to like teach other people how he does a lot of his stuff, and to show cool, weird things that he does, where he does like full-on photo shoots in like IKEA, to not get caught. And I told him that he should do this everywhere, like go to Daiso and like get kicked out of Daiso or something. Go to Home Goods.
Create some drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Go to Ralph's. Go to 99 Ranch. Let's see what happens.
We did a Home Depot photo shoot once.
Yeah.
That was pretty baller.
Yeah, yeah, it was
What was
fun.
it? Captain Marvel.
Mhm.
Like
Oh,
the
wow.
original Captain Marvel
Nice.
suit. Yeah.
Before the movies came out.
Before the movies even came out. We knew they were happening though.
Oh,
That's why we
we're
did
way
it.
ahead of the curve.
But we didn't have the official costume from the movie yet, so I couldn't really do it. So I just did the normal Captain Marvel.
I mean,
great.
that's still a really good costume. The
It was
original.
actually really
It
cool.
was
And
very
it's comfy,
good, yeah.
right?
Super comfy.
The new
Oh
one's
my
not
God.
comfy. It's all pleather.
No, I know.
Pleather and squeaky.
Yeah, very squeaky. There's somebody on Instagram who does a mean like version for the movie version of the suit, and I'm kind of bugging them to see if they can do it for me, or
Oh,
like
nice.
I'm courting that relationship, you know,
Hey.
just trying to see if the designer will have like fit me in their schedule, because they're obviously in high demand because they do such a good version of a lot of the like all the Marvel costumes pretty much. Like I saw a new one
Fancy.
recently that he did for Iron Man and a bunch of stuff. So, but that being said, cosplay is a really tough thing. So when you were doing it before, like getting your own show, all that stuff, was there anything that you found challenging, or like what was the biggest thing that you learned doing that, and how did you maintain the motivation to keep doing it?
Well, so cosplay for a really long time was a do-it-yourself situation, because you couldn't buy like any of the stuff
Nothing,
online.
yeah.
Whereas now you can buy your costume on Amazon. It's there in 2 days and it fits you perfectly. Yeah, which is actually really great for my show right now, because 7 days is not enough time to make a costume. So
It's
a lot
true.
of my things are pre-bought just to like
Save
get
time.
It. Yeah, because it's I don't want to make pants.
Right.
No one wants to make pants.
Nobody wants
You just
to
want to
make
buy the pants, and then the pants is perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
so
like, hopefully it's a nice, simple. Yeah, exactly. You can
So
get your own
yeah,
pants.
back then, teaching myself how to make things without like real tools. Like cosplayers don't work with wood or metal or like actual like artist materials. We all work with like hobby tools. Like we go to Michael's instead
Foam.
of going to So a lot of foam, a lot of thermoplastics, things that you don't need a professional machine to use to manipulate. So yeah, like
Yeah.
a lot of just like figuring that out, because back in the day it was a Wild West. Like no one knew what they were
True.
doing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like speculation on what would work, a lot of like asking of questions on the internet to figure out. There's like a whole forums dedicated to asking really weird questions like, if I want to make butterfly wings but I want them to be really, really shiny, how do you make those? And like back in the day we didn't have solutions for that.
Yeah, there was
And
no
then-
resources.
Yeah, and now there's tutorials everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So
and everywhere online, people sharing their own like how-tos, or if somebody asks, they can do it. Like they can film them doing it. And
Yeah.
I'm sure some expert will be like, I know how to do this.
Yeah.
And that's how you get in touch with those people who know how to do that.
And so
Which
now it's
you're
just
my go-to for everything,
Oh,
basically.
dude, it's so much easier nowadays. Like I can literally just be like, how do you hydro dip? And then I look it up on YouTube and I find videos. I don't have to go read a manual. I don't have to read a spec sheet or anything.
Exactly. And that's what I did. So I haven't forayed into cosplay that much, but I have recently done one for like Black Cat, which is just like a spandex suit. It's nothing that complex. Oh, we have a mic thing. We're gonna switch it out, I think. Oh, bring it on the table. Boop, boop, boop. We're bringing it on the table. Thank you very much for making sure we sound great. But what I was saying was that all the steps were pretty much what you described. It's like check online to see how to do certain parts that you're like completely confused about. Especially with the foam, like what kind of foam to get, like what kind of glue to get. And then the other part was the spandex thing I had to do, which was like I had to line the spandex with some sort of white line, right? And I was like, do I do that with ribbon? Like, how do I do that? And it took me trial and error to figure this out. I should have researched it beforehand. But it ended up being that you had to get like a special like rubbery glue or like almost like, and you draw it on.
Oh, puffy paint.
Puffy paint.
Yes, puffy paint is fantastic.
Saved my life.
Yeah, that's actually how most Spider-Man costumes are made, is
really?
with puffy paint. So then they draw the spider
That makes
like
sense.
lines on it, and it works really great.
Because it stretches, and so you end up like being able to still fit into the spandex suit that you bought. And because I tried with ribbon, and that just did not work.
Yeah, because ribbon doesn't have any stretch to it,
doesn't
right?
stretch.
So you were like,
yeah, it was a mistake. It was a trial and error. Again, not an experienced cosplayer by any means in like on your level, but for me, it was just like a really good experience to see what it takes. And now I've decided that I'm only ever going to source it out because I don't. It was too much work. I was shocked by how much you guys do, because the level of detail that you can go to in cosplay is crazy.
it's much easier when you have somebody kind of showing you what to do, like, and telling you why something doesn't work. And I wish that with like, streamer houses and how these people just move in together and it works.
Yeah.
I wish people could do that for cosplayers, and we could just all live in a house together and like teach each other how to do things.
Why are you shaking your head? Are you like, no, this is a bad idea, or this is the great idea?
I'm just thinking of the messes and the fumes
Right.
and
Yeah, so many
Yeah.
fumes.
fabric
Oh man.
and threads and dust.
We're gonna have
Yeah.
a really special disease in a few years called cosplay lung, and it's just gonna be lots of weird dust in our lungs.
Oh,
The
no.
black
And just
lung of
envision
Ava
going to
foam.
eat breakfast,
Right.
And it's just, you don't get salt on your eggs, you get foam dust.
Yeah,
Foam dust.
great.
And that's because you sand it down, right?
Yeah,
Or how
you
do you
sand
use it?
it.
What's what are the
Yeah,
tools?
so you also heat it, and so the fumes that when it melts gets in your nose,
Nice,
and then just,
nice
cancer.
good old chemicals.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then the other thing was I was gonna say, because have you ever in the past done your own cosplay where you've commissioned it?
Yeah, a bunch actually. Well, because I'm so prolific, like actually at one point I was doing like 2 costumes a month
my
early
God.
on. No, like this
Yeah.
was early on, right? 2 costumes a month early on, and I was setting up all these like deadlines for myself. Not that I was told to set up these deadlines, I just
You
set
put
them
them
up
on
for myself.
yourself.
And so
That's
a lot
what
of
a content creator's life is. It's a lot of that.
And like I am all about like, putting money back into the community and the industry, and like buying things from other people, buying patterns from other people. So it's I share and share alike within the industry. Like people ask me to make stuff, and then I'd like ask them to make stuff. So for example, I need a Yasuo gun sword, a Yasuo gun sword coming up. It's for High
Sounds
Noon
amazing.
Yasuo for the streamer Yasuo. Yasuo. So he
You
wants
didn't
to
even
be
get tongue-tied with that. That was
yeah,
great.
so he wants to be High Noon Yasuo, and he has this like katana blade that has 2 gun barrels on it, and also a super ornate guard or whatever. And so
Wow.
I actually commissioned my friend Bindi Smalls to 3D model and print it and sand it and paint it for me, so I don't have to, because this costume is due in like 14 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, yes, hire your friends.
Hire your
Fantastic.
friends, yes. Well, that's a great thing about community, is that there's a lot of people in the space, so you can rely on them to help you out.
Yeah, in fact, for my show, I have a bunch of people that I call up, and then like, I need you to sew this, and it's like, in 2 weeks, that's the guest is going to be on the show. Here are their measurements. And so instead of like me being like I have to make everything and be the host and be the makeup artist, I'm like spreading my responsibilities out. It makes things a lot easier for me. And in the end, the product is that the streamer gets to wear the costume and have fun.
Yeah. So you're saying that you, when you work on the show, you're not completely doing every aspect of it.
I'm learning to not do every aspect, because in the
'Cause that's
beginning I
thing.
was.
It's hard. Well, that's the thing. It's really hard to put on a show, let alone be the host. Like, I know it's kind of what I do. But you do it for your show, and does it ever feel like overwhelming, or what is something that you found has really worked to make sure you're on top of stuff?
So we bought another 3D printer.
That's how you made my stones from Fifth Element. I remember.
Yeah, so
I have those in my office now, all nice on display.
Yeah, 3D printers are bomb. They're so great.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even tell, and the texture is amazing. You just paint it, and it's already the shape exactly how you want it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, and
essentially
it
you
just
have to design it.
Yeah, it just makes things so much easier. I mean, for those, like, you can actually like find the stones, a 3D model online, and you can print them out. In one of your stone cases, I actually had to customize one of them because it was like the way it was printing was really funky, so I had to change the way it was printed. So I had 3 stones that were made by the original designer, and then I remodeled the 4th one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, but it just makes things a lot easier that I have like these tools that'll make things easier for me. I really want a CNC machine at some point.
I haven't heard about that. What is it?
It's a machine that basically cuts into a material in almost like the way like a person like cutting into clay, right, or cutting into wood, like you're chiseling at it. But this machine is like, it's like a drill that goes, and so it can cut out, say, like a shape like this. It can't cut underneath, but it'll cut on top. Right. And so it's perfect for, say, if you wanted like a really intricate looking sword.
Yeah.
You can cut out the whole sword because the sword is flat on the bottom, but the top will have like the ornate details. And you know, so things like that. I would love a CNC machine.
A CNC machine.
Yes.
Okay.
I also really wanted a laser cutter machine, but apparently those have like really toxic fumes. You don't want that in a suburban neighborhood. So
you're like, I'm already overdosed on those. We're good. Don't need more.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I want these fancy tools.
I mean, it helps.
I just want them.
Were you always somebody who made your own stuff? Were you always like
Actually, no.
Okay.
When I was in college, oh man, I don't even know how I passed. I did really bad in college, you guys. I'm one of those who like barely passed. Yeah. I wasn't a maker in college. I was just like doing art and doing graphic design. I was just doing what I was told. And when I graduated, I was just doing what I was told by a company to make, design like phone apps and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then I don't know. I just started cosplaying, and I just made a decision that I wanted to start building my own costumes with like any kind of former training, no understanding of the materials. Like I had like 1 or 2 friends that cosplayed.
Yeah.
They didn't even teach me how to sew. I had to teach myself through YouTube, and
my God.
like I went and took like a basic 10-minute class.
Wow.
So yeah, man. If anyone's like, wow, I wish I was as talented as you, I'm like, no, I had to learn these things.
Yeah, there was it wasn't
No one
automatic
taught
talent.
me.
Yeah, it's like I had to go out and seek it. Yeah, I get how that is. Well, it's one of those things you can't really learn until you do it. Like it's there's only so much you can be told how to do it, but you have to actually. It's finessing these little pieces. It's knowing how to sew. It's so much.
I also feel like, man, I should have just gone to school for engineering or something. Cause
Would you have been good at that? You think?
Maybe not the math
Would you have
aspect.
enjoyed it?
I would have enjoyed the building part of it.
Okay.
Like evil machines or something like that. Yes, let's make something.
Let's make data, or let's make some sort of android.
Yeah, let's make a machine that does a weird. There's a YouTuber called Shitty Robots, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her whole shtick is that she just makes things that have one purpose or has a terrible
and usually
purpose.
Are terrible. Yeah.
And I love that. I wish that I did that. And I
You can
learn
it.
Oh my God, please. Also, Michael Reeves. Have you ever watched him?
Yeah.
His videos are great too. He's actually going to be a guest on my show. I asked him if he could make something weird for his episode, so I'll let him decide. I'm going to make him the costume. I'll surprise me or something with his weird stuff. And then with Sushi Dragon last night, he's a streamer who does really crazy like green screen effects and like multi-camera setup with like where he will press a button and it will start a preset like. How do I say it? Like filter / camera action during his stream.
Right.
So it looks like one of those crazy music videos, and it looks like maybe there's a guy behind the camera going like this with a bunch of buttons, but it's just him.
Oh my
It's just
God.
him dancing on his stream, and he'll like press a button on his arm or something, and then the camera will switch, and then it'll zoom in on his face, and then the background will change, and then it'll copy and paste him like,
That is a whole other art form.
If we can
What
show
the
it on
heck?
screen, that'd be really great.
Yeah, let's see if we can get that on screen just so people know what we're talking about, because
so
it's very
the Sushi
interesting.
Dragon. I was talking to him yesterday, and
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I can make you anything you want to make your life easier. I have a 3D printer. I know how to sew. And he was telling me how he bought this vest that he can put all these cameras on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so how heavy is the vest? And he's like, oh yeah, it makes
really
me feel like
heavy.
I'm wearing body armor. I'm like, all right, let me know. We can build something together to make things easier on you, make it look good. All right, we're gonna look at one of these
Pull it up.
videos.
This is
Pulling it up. Keep talking.
okay. Well, in
Yeah.
any case, it's really interesting that you're able to reach out to all these people. Are you the one who like runs a lot of the back end stuff? Because I know you have your husband.
Yes, Jeff.
Yeah.
So Jeff does
Jeff is
a
here.
lot of that. It's definitely a little difficult to figure out who we want as guests because even though we're content creators, we don't follow as many
Right.
content creators.
Yeah.
Like we follow the people we love, but they're not located in Los Angeles or something.
Also,
Things like
yeah.
that. And so like I'll have like 20 guests, and then after the 20 guests, I'm like, okay, wait, who else do I know who lives here?
You're like, oh my god.
And who will answer my
I need to
emails?
guess by this week. Yeah. Also, that's the other issues you run into.
Yeah.
Is some people might be busy.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
not responsive.
Yeah.
Well, I can say for sure that I'm a huge fan, and that I
you.
love that you were able to bring to life my dream, which was like being Lilo from Fifth Element. I'd had that dream since I was a little kid, so it was a huge, huge deal, and it was really great. And to just be a part of your show, you were like one of the first caffeine shows I was
Oh, that's
ever able to experience
awesome.
before even this one.
Yeah,
So.
so you got to see this really nice room.
Exactly. You guys shooting here
This
every
is not a green
Thursday.
screen, you guys. This is a legitimate LCD
Legit
screen.
LCD screen, yeah. Oh, do we have the footage of our friend?
We do.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's take a look at what she's talking about.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
So this is live streamed.
all the cutting,
Yeah,
all
so
the little things popping up, the shots.
all these cameras there's no one else controlling what's going on right now. He has keyboards on his arm that he touches. There's two other people as guests. That's Steve Niema. No, what's his name again? Not Steve.
Andy Milonakis.
Andy Milonakis.
Oh,
That's his name.
Milonakis.
I can never remember his
I
name.
recognize the guy in the hoodies. That with the glasses. Is he a streamer?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen his.
Wait, let's pull
stream.
up another one that has more effects. I think they're mostly just talking to. Yeah,
But
so you
how
see?
crazy is this?
Yeah.
It totally. You're right. It totally feels like a '90s music video or something.
Yeah, so he can get really elaborate with his stuff. You know how you can also
really entertaining.
dude, do you see
and
the
do they
filter on
just
his
play
eyes?
music?
Yeah, they get their fans to request music, and they all just kind of dance on stream and
God.
be crazy.
That's incredible. That's really funny.
Yeah, so
He's
it's
gonna be on your show.
well, he was on my
he
show
was
yesterday.
on your show yesterday. This
and
coming next Thursday.
next Thursday is going to be. Have you ever heard of Hyper RPG?
Yeah.
So I have Zach Eubank from Hyper RPG is going to be a guest on the show. He and I used to be on Hyper RPG a lot back in the day because I was one of the stars for their show Valiant.
Oh my God.
And it was
Tell me more.
Yeah, Valiant is it's a whole comics company.
Okay.
And they have this whole universe built around all of their characters, and everyone lives in the same universe. And they're actually coming out with a movie called Bloodshot coming out this year, next year, I don't even know. By Sony, and
That's huge.
yeah. So I was
very cool.
I was one of I basically got to make my own
OGs.
character.
Okay.
And the character was canon in the universe, and everything
Whoa.
that we did on stream was canon. So that was really cool.
That's
and I've also
awesome.
just done a bunch of other like role playing games like on their stream. But yeah, man, I'm excited to have him on. He was the one who wanted to be Lord Zed, and I couldn't make it for him in time.
right.
And the reason why he wanted to be Lord Zed, because originally I made for his wife, Rita Repulsa.
Oh yes.
Yes, like a screen accurate Rita Repulsa. I was
That's
so proud of
good.
the costume.
Oh
It
my
looked so
God.
good.
I'm gonna go back and look at that, or maybe
Yeah.
we can look it up online.
I wonder if you can. I don't know.
If not, but that's great. That's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah. So and then after
So you've done
that,
like the gamut of stuff too.
Yes.
It's not just like super. Well, it's mostly super nerdy stuff, but
Yeah.
I'd say that there's like a good range of like anime versus
video games. I'm trying to
TV.
be a lot more like. But like with the people, whatever they want, they usually pick anime because like that's what cosplay is most associated with.
totally. Mhm.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll see. We'll see what people choose in the future for costumes.
Yeah.
I'd love challenges for sure.
I
you
know. I mean, that's what I'm getting from your whole vibe is you're super into like the challenge. You're like, I can do this, or you're like an idea person too, and that you also come up with your own things you should tackle and you go full on. You're like, you don't waste any time. You're
Yes.
like, I have this idea, we're doing it.
Yes, I like to build really weird things that no one else have built before.
Yeah.
So I have this costume I'm building now, and it's going to be for a convention in 2 weeks called Katsucon. And that convention, people bring, it's like the Met Gala of cosplay. They bring their best costumes, and they just go there to show off. So I'm hoping please get it done.
Right.
I'm going to be a chocobo rider, and
This
so
is good.
it's
I love this. This is
so
so
it's going to
cool.
be an inflatable chocobo costume with like the fake
Wow.
inflatable legs, and
Oh
I'm probably
my
gonna.
God.
I don't know which Final Fantasy character I'm gonna be, but maybe it's gonna be Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII because everyone's
game's
hyped for the
coming
game.
out. Yeah, yeah.
But I'm real excited going around with this inflatable costume while everyone's wearing their ball gowns.
You're just going the full-on opposite direction, which is very bold and also
Classy.
way cooler. Yeah, that's the cool way to go. Speaking of video games, we were talking FF7. Is there like something that lured you to games when you were younger? Is it something you've always had as a hobby of yours?
So as a kid, I didn't really go outside a lot, and it's so true nowadays.
Were you a city
Yay!
girl, like raised in a city?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
in New York.
yeah.
Yeah, and even though I lived in New York, I just I don't know. As a family, we just didn't go outside.
Yeah,
So,
you just hung out indoors.
I would say one of my favorite games growing up was Chrono Trigger, and
yeah.
to this day, it's still my favorite RPG.
Still is a classic in the gaming space.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of hoping they'll remake it. Just
I think
why
there's
not?
Rumblings. I've heard some
Yeah,
rumblings.
it'd be
I've
really
heard a lot of
cool.
people ask for that particular remake.
I mean, the story is just really good. Even if the
Yeah.
gameplay is whatever, I just want it for the story because it's
Yeah.
my favorites. So good.
What other games? What consoles did you have?
PS2. I only had PS2, and then all of the other
I did
games.
too. Yeah, I had PlayStation 1, then PS2.
Yeah, all of the other games I had were all just ROMs that I had to download on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I remember
I was
those days. Those days you'd bring home like some random CD, you don't know what's on it, pop it in, you're like, oh.
I
this
actually
is a good
downloaded
game.
all mine from
Oh, really?
really illegal
it yourself?
websites.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Back in the day. I almost grabbed your drink, by the way. Oh, did you see our mugs?
They're so cute.
Last Week in Gaming. We
So
have our
official.
mugs. So official, right?
Yeah.
Talking about
so
doing that for a while.
I remember playing a ton of Kingdom Hearts, DDR, Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I was the only one in my house that really played as much as I have 3 sisters.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, are you the oldest?
I'm the second.
Second,
So me and my
okay.
older sister played a ton of video games. She played Kingdom Hearts like crazy, and I played just like whatever I could get my hands on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then I have World of Warcraft for a really long time in high school.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah, I was
Were
like,
you one of those like all-nighter
yeah,
players?
I was
Okay.
a Vanilla WoW. I was-
Vanilla WoW.
Yeah.
I wish Kyle were here. Where the heck did he go? You guys could geek. You guys could geek out about WoW because
Oh,
he's
man.
super into that.
I tried to get back into. So we started playing Classic because I wanted to introduce Jeff to
Yeah.
WoW Classic, and
Yeah.
it was really fun until everyone started being really mean on the servers and basically camping all of like the cities and stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah,
sometimes
it
the
got.
community can be poo-poo.
Gosh, yeah. So it kind of killed the vibe.
Yeah.
So we kind of fell off on after New Year's. Like we just stopped playing.
Mm-hmm.
I know you want to get back into it because like the guild that we're in is raiding right now, and they have
Okay.
a schedule.
Yeah.
And Jeff we haven't hit level 60 yet. We're still kind of like
Just got sick
40s.
of logging in and then having to ghost walk everywhere because you logged in and
Yeah.
you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you couldn't fly because the flight master was dead.
Yep.
And then you would just walk 20 feet, die again.
And they just killed the
Darn
game. So
trolls.
it sucks. I at least
Trolls.
got to show Jeff like what I love so much about the game because I played it for so long. And
Mm-hmm.
you never forget that one game that you played for like 400 hours. You
Oh my
remember
God.
every little detail.
Every detail, and
Yes.
you get so you're like emotional when you're thinking about it.
I know, and I would like sit there. We're like, in one of the instances, and I'm sitting there being like, "So Jeff, in this instance, the lore where they're doing this thing," and I'm just like, we just pulled. We have to fight this." I'm like, and then if you read this book that's over here on the shelf,
So important. Meanwhile, he's like, let's just get to the point. God dang. That's so crazy. But it's great that you guys are like introducing each other. Do you play games on that
yeah.
level?
I do.
Okay,
I-
but not in particular WoW.
no,
other
not-
stuff.
WoW I enjoy.
Okay.
But Mine is the FPS style stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I was
He
really
plays
getting giddy
Apex a
back there
lot.
when you were talking about Apex.
Apex, yeah. What did you think of the new character, I guess?
We'll see how they play. I
Right,
guess.
yeah. Do you miss the first maps?
I did like the first map a lot, but I really understand the new map.
Okay.
I think they built the new map a lot around the competitive circuit. And
Yes.
It's planned very well.
It works. I like it too. When we went back to it recently.
And as much as I love the internet, stay off the game devs' backs. Come on, they're trying.
They're trying. I know.
They hear you.
I get annoyed too. I get it that we're gamers and we're very picky, but sometimes we have to trust the development process. You can't get everything right for everybody too. You kind of gotta accept a few things,
A few
guys.
million people, a couple people might not be happy with it.
Yeah, exactly. What other games do you play besides Apex?
Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Huge Final Fantasy fan.
Okay.
Legend of Zelda is my all-time favorite franchise.
Favorite game of the franchise?
Probably Link to the Past.
Oh, interesting choice. Okay. I'm big on Ocarina and
Great game.
Between Two Worlds. Or what was it?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Between Two Worlds is the reboot.
Yeah,
that
it's
was
the one
good.
with the paper. Or you turn 2D and then
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were talking about the sequel to
No.
Link to the Past, which is
No.
okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
Breath of the
I don't-
Wild is way up there because it's so beautiful.
That one wins.
It's
love Breath of
by
the Wild
far, but like
so
when I look
much.
at the franchise overall, Link to the Past is what trapped me into gaming.
Got it. It's the nostalgia appeal.
Yes.
Our wedding was actually Zelda themed.
Oh my god. Is there video footage online?
Oh,
There's
dude, we
a
have a
video
whole
called Stella
video.
Chuu Gets
I just
Married.
want to see your whole life.
We
Stella. I'm
have
living
like a
vicariously
whole
through
wedding
you.
video and everything. You can see that. Okay, so with our friend group back then, because we've been married for 4 years now, not all of them had played Zelda before, but they all knew about Lord of the Rings. So we're like, okay, we want everyone to kind of dress like elvish, and so
Yeah.
everyone went and bought like these fancy like elf earrings.
Yes, I've seen
and
those.
wore them at our wedding, and
Ooh.
then we had like burlesque performers who were dressed as like Link, and another one dressed as a
Amazing.
fairy. It was so nice. I loved it.
Dream wedding.
We cut our cake with a master's sword.
What?
Yeah, it
That
was
must've been
really
cool.
cute.
Aw. You guys are total nerds. Such nerds.
Yeah, you guys should have like a really themed wedding, like
Well,
super
yeah,
nerdy
I mean,
themed.
it's like we're looking at the date and we're trying to figure out venue, and then then it gets into the fun stuff.
Yeah, make everyone dress up. You will not regret it. Little grandma, make grandma dress up.
Oh, my
Like,
grandma would totally dress up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have to make her. She'd be like, what
Yeah.
am I wearing?
Yeah.
You'd be
Show
like,
me
hey,
the
you should
way.
dress up. She's like, done. Walking out the door already
Let
in
me
the
check my
outfit.
closet. My grandma's really dope like that. But Kyle, I'm glad you're back.
Hello.
Welcome back to the
You
show.
missed our World of Warcraft talk. But we're moving on from that now. You're not getting any
Okay,
of it
it's okay.
anymore.
None of
I'll
it
pay
has
the price.
Gone out the window. You were getting M&Ms, weren't you?
No, I got a phone call. I had a phone call. And
Business
then,
daddy,
yeah, business stuff.
business stuff.
Yeah, and then I muted myself while I was crunching. Sorry,
Good
guys.
call. Good call.
Yeah. But I came back. It sounded like you guys were talking about Apex.
Yes,
I
we were.
agree what you said about the new map being designed around competitive.
Mm-hmm.
It's all very small arenas and choke points and all that
Yeah.
stuff that makes for good spectating. So I love that game.
And it allows the game to not end as fast.
Yeah.
Can lengthen the. And I think even in some of the scrims lately, they've been forcing people to land in different areas so that they're not all dead in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, where do you like to land?
I don't know. Capital's pretty fun.
Yeah?
Sometimes I just like to be a jerk and land completely on the outskirts. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I land at the there's like a parking garage that's looking structure at the city where the exploded water is. I land on top in Pathfinder, so swing up and down. So much fun.
I'm where there's like usually, I think lava or something, and then the train, and there's like a parking garage.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's also those areas where it's like these little spaceship-looking huts or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No.
Somebody commented here saying that Stella, you got to make Muppet legs for Yuffie. I don't know if that's a reference to something.
Oh, so you're saying that with the fake legs that are on the chocobo, I think they want me so that I can like.
Oh, plop the legs like that? Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna bounce up and down and let the legs flop around.
There you go. Andy-chan, thank you for your question. Yeah, and here goes. We got some nice comments from the crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a good question saying that we're great role models. Thank
Yay.
you. What's it like out there for nerdy girls in 2020?
Oh my God, it's so much better than it was back like 5 years ago.
I know. Anybody who's a nerd now is winning at life. That's what I gotta
pretty
say to
much.
that.
I mean, it's like there's no gender roles anymore for being a
Exactly.
geek, especially for the things I like. Like, for example, anime is my forte, and gender. They're all at this point. Anime is gender neutral.
Totally.
Yeah.
And they're doing it with characters in games. I mean, the whole world of gaming and being a nerd has changed and evolved in the way that I feel like other people should evolve eventually. It's just good. It's smart. We're very smart people.
Yeah.
I think because we're a smart group of people, things happen.
I will
And
say
we're
my
more
only complaint
woke.
about games nowadays versus games back in the day is that
Yeah.
there's no more like super big booby hot girls anymore.
Thank God for that.
No, I'm very disappointed. I really want the big booby
Oh,
hot
okay.
girls.
She's on the
I
other
want the
fence.
stilettos while running through a battlefield.
Well, at least Mortal Kombat sort of still does that.
Yay.
Kind of, not really.
Kinda.
Street
I
Fighter,
know.
definitely.
Well, listen,
yeah, so if-
Japanese games still they don't have to worry about
Oh,
that
they don't
stuff.
care. They're just like they're bringing it out. They're
dude,
bringing it all out.
2B is the best thing that's ever happened in the last
Yeah,
decade, okay?
yeah.
My waifu. I don't care if this robot's running around in his little skirt, okay? It's so cute.
Oh,
so
man.
cute.
But you're so right about that. Nowadays, if a game company comes out with a game that has that, they are gonna get murdered by social media and gamers.
I mean-
so it's
I mean, thanks to cosplay and tactical gear isn't really cheap, so.
no, and it's harder to make it look voluptuous and all that stuff if that's what you're going for. I mean, because it's tactical stuff. What are you gonna? I mean, you can make it all tiny. And, like, I'm sure you could figure something
Listen,
out.
I want guns on my boots. Yep.
Boot guns.
I'm sure you can find those.
What was her
Or
name
make 'em.
again? Huh?
You being Bayonetta now?
Bayonetta? Okay, I've actually
Yeah.
never cosplayed Bayonetta.
Oh yeah, what's a dream cosplay, girl? Something you haven't done but you really are dying to do.
I really want to do a Gundam.
Gundam.
Yes, I want to be
Nice.
like a.
Nice.
Yeah, I
is
want to be a
good.
10 feet tall Gundam.
Yes.
Oh, I have a really good one. Okay, so I really want to do a Halo armor, but half cloaked. So it's like starting to become cloaked.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's on my
How would you
dream
do it?
list.
Make it mirrored or something?
So there's a material that I work with that is prismatic and see-through.
Ooh.
And it's plastic, and so what I want to do is just like have it like kind of cut across, and it'll just be like half of it you can see like it's just see-through,
Yeah.
and the other half is going to be like solid and looks
Oh,
metal.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
The other one is that I want it to be fully cloaked, and I'll just be in like a prismatic, rainbow holographic Lisa Frank style
Yeah.
thing, and I'll just run around and be a hazard.
That's great. Oh man, you're so creative. Where do you
it's
get it?
fine.
You think? Did you have like a crazy upbringing?
Yeah, I was this
you
middle
from a-
child.
Middle
Yeah, yeah.
child.
I was the middle child. What else do you need?
What is the middle child thing? It's like starved for attention or
Yes.
something?
Yeah, starve for attention. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I think that's
First
like
one
the
gets
only
all the
trait.
attention. Second one, usually it's like, oh, we know this. Let's just let it run, on autopilot. And then the third one is like, surprise. Okay, now it's another young baby, so we're gonna give it all attention.
Yeah, so like all the two younger siblings got a lot of attention. The oldest sibling was the one who was like ordering us around,
Yeah.
like being the older sister, and then me being the little shithead, being like, "Why everyone look at me?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's great because it creates a creative person.
I guess
I think
so.
that's one of the MOs. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the oldest in my family, but I'm also, I don't know.
Crazy.
You're not crazy.
But I think being creative is really an amazing skill. And did you feel going into cosplay that this was going to be something that you were just going to eat up? Is there other fields you haven't been into that you kind of want to get into that are creative spaces? Because you like video making.
Kinda.
No?
Kind of. I don't like the process of sitting in front of your computer and like
Editing
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. What do I want to do that is also kind of crazy? I really want to get into baking.
Oh, baking.
Oh.
Yes. I
You're
wanna,
the one who had the treats on your show. You brought- yeah.
love food so
Oh,
much.
you got some great pastries.
Ugh, yes.
I almost had the idea, but it was too late to bring some just as a thank you, like some more cake
What?
or
You
something.
could've.
So, I
I
know
would've
I
been so
could have. I
happy.
just didn't have time. But I'll have to, bring it on the next show.
It would be really cool to get into baking because I really like, well, not only am I creative, but I also really like technique and working on things and like exact measurements and all
Getting it look
chemistry.
yeah, baking's just science.
Yes.
It is
Yeah, it's just science.
I
That's all
love
it is.
it.
Yeah.
Wait, do
Yeah.
you watch the British Bake Off?
I love it so much.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I was hoping we'd talk about
Yeah.
that. It's like one of my favorite shows.
Oh my God, we love it too.
Yeah,
We're obsessed.
when I first started watching, I was like, "Don't be mean. That guy's making a great cake." And then, like 7th episode, I'm like, "Wow, he really screwed up the edge of that." Can you believe how he crisped that? I can't.
He should
He's
not
gone.
Have. He forgot his eggs.
Yeah.
What is wrong with him?
He
Nice to each other.
yeah.
They're so nice.
Get him, Paul Hollywood. Get him.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
like,
See
don't
the
worry, we're
latest
taking care of
season?
I
The
haven't.
latest season is so sweet because
haven't
they
seen
all
it.
became friends with each other. Like they show way more behind the scenes, and you can see everyone building relationships with each other and being really cheeky.
Oh,
Oh my
I love
God.
it.
It's so
Well,
awesome.
we always wait for it to appear on Netflix.
That's where you watch it. Yeah.
Wait, that's the only place it airs?
I don't know. I mean, British people get to watch
Yeah.
it.
We can probably watch the latest season.
Yes,
is
you
what
can
you're
watch the
saying.
latest
okay.
season.
I
Yeah.
did not know this.
Oh,
I'm down.
So
Maybe
good.
we're all caught up. I don't remember.
We're definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Well, I'm glad because I really want to watch more British Bake Off.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
just after that, have a whole week of cake buying.
I just want that whoever the production company is to make more shows
Everywhere.
about nice things
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean like not in the cake?
You know,
yeah.
but like,
Okay.
people who like knit for a
Yes.
knitting competition
Yeah.
show, and I just watch like a bunch of grandmas being like, and this is how you make a special blah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Or really ugly Christmas sweater.
Yeah.
The whole thing. The
Please.
sweater idea is amazing.
And then the announcer will be like, intense,
Yeah.
knit off. Who will be crowned champion of the crochet?
Agnes versus Ruth.
That is
Yeah.
so good. That is $1 million idea. Someone
Make it
needs
happen.
to make that right now.
Yep.
Let's just make it ourselves.
Yeah.
I
Make
don't know.
millions.
I don't know how to knit.
No, we'll get some experts to do it.
Yeah.
You know, half
Just
the
produce the
battles-
show. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just
I
produce
mean,
it.
we're on the Fox lot. Let's just go knock on a few doors. Be like,
Give us money. Give us money. Give us money.
Yeah.
We have a show.
we can also test security's response time.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Totally.
Doing a great service.
Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah.
Wait, there is a new Lego Masters show?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
from here.
From here.
It's,
Did you not
yeah.
see the giant
Yeah.
billboard
Yes.
The whole
driving?
intro is
So it's just people building Lego stuff?
pretty sure.
Hosted by Will Arnett.
Oh, I want to
Because he
watch
was
this.
Batman in Legos.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's super cool. I haven't
Okay.
seen an episode. I don't know if it's good. But
I hope it's
assuming
just
it's
as
good.
calming and wholesome.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. Oh, here's a question. If you could become a character, maybe when you've cosplayed, who would it be?
Well, there's a character that I align with really hard, and only a few people will know this, especially in chat. Like one person will know it.
Right.
There's an anime called Konosuba.
Okay.
And the story premise is that like this guy dies and gets sent into another world, and the another world is like a fantasy world where you have to go defeat the demon lord. It's a very like stereotypical. This is like a genre in anime. This happens all the time in
A
anime.
dream world,
Like
and then-
maybe not a dream world, but he gets reincarnated basically. And
Okay.
this is like a like sitcoms are a trope. This is a trope.
Okay,
This is like
okay.
a story. There's like dozens of stories like this. So Konosuba specifically, he gets transported in, but he like sucks at everything. Everything in the world sucks as well. He spends the first 2 weeks living in a stable. You know, usually the Zelda gets, well, not Zelda, but Link gets the sword, and then he
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
in,
yeah.
he defeats everyone, and it's good, right? He doesn't starve to death or anything like that.
Right.
So Konosuba, it's a comedy, and it's a whole bunch of just like horrible situations that these characters get themselves into that are so funny at the
Yeah.
same time. Like they try and fight a frog, but the frog just ends up eating them, like swallowing them,
Oh
and then
my
they spit them
God.
out, and they're just covered in slime, and they walk back into town being like, what?
What the hell just happened to us? We're
and
kind of
so-
seeing a graphic now, I
Yeah,
think.
and so the girl that I really love in there is the one with the blue hair. Her name is Aqua, and it's not
Great
that I
cosplay.
necessarily want to be her, but I know that I am her.
You are her?
Yes, she is my spirit animal because she's totally useless. But so like her like magic ability is like level 10, but she has like 0 points in intelligence, and she's also a goddess, but she prefers to just get drunk at the inn at the and her
I
magic
relate
is
to this.
water. So
Yeah.
instead of like using it for important things, she just does party tricks where she like throws water out of some fans, and she's like party
What
trick.
the heck?
Party trick,
So
party trick.
trippy.
And then she's always the first one to get like defeated by some random weak monster.
Yeah.
She's always crying and complaining about stuff.
Oh
I'm
my
just
God,
like,
she
wow.
is you! Oh.
Yay! I love her so much. I definitely cosplayed her before.
Yeah. Any other cosplays that you've done in these? Because these are also great. The other ones are background characters.
I know, right? Well, the girl that you see with the wand, in the witch hat,
yeah.
that's actually what
Sushi, I was gonna say,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It didn't put it
Yeah, everything
together
comes
for
around
me.
full circle. So the reason why he loves her, Sushi Dragon is all about fire, right? His whole thing is like explosions. Well, her character, she put all of her points into explosion magic without putting any points into like level 1 fire.
Like
and
the other
so
stuff.
and so it uses all all of her mana, and she literally falls on the ground after casting it, and it's an OP like 999 damage, whatever, and she
crazy.
destroys the entire area with like her nuclear bomb, but then she like becomes useless.
Right.
And so people have to like pick her up and carry her out
Oh
away
my
from danger
God.
all the time. So it's just a group
incredible.
of useless people. The girl with the blonde hair, she is the paladin who is supposed to be like the tank, right, in a game.
I'd probably cosplay as her. Given
Well,
I'm
yeah.
blonde.
So she really likes being hit.
Okay.
She's the masochist. She really likes it when people beat her up. So she wants it. In fact, she runs straight into danger just so she can get beat up by people.
You know, it kind of fits. No, I'm just kidding. That's interesting. Okay, and so that's her thing.
Yeah, that's her thing. Her
Oh,
name is
she's like-
Darkness.
A dark. Oh my god! And she's like the only one who looks like an angel.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Like
Yeah.
all, as you know, in white and blonde, and there she's called Darkness. Okay.
Yeah, I love
I
this
love
anime
it. All
so
these
much.
juxtapositions.
It's super funny.
I'm shocked. Do they have a game like this?
I
I feel like it would make a great game.
No,
like
I mean,
ridiculous game.
I agree. It'd be great as a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super
like even
funny.
like as an MMO or something.
Yeah.
Like, I think
In that
it'd be
world.
cool. Totally. I would see that happen. Oh, other games that you're playing right now. Do you have any play?
TemTem.
TemTem.
Yeah.
Is it good?
We were just talking
Is it
and
good?
hyping that game
It's
up
good.
last
Oh,
week.
awesome.
Yeah, even as a beta, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah,
How long
like
is the beta going for? I should know this, but I forgot.
that's a good question. I have no
Yeah.
idea. I just bought it like 2 days ago. I played it and I'm hooked. It's exactly like Pokemon, but
Yeah, that's what people were
way
saying.
better. It's smoother.
Oh.
Like from like a game experience, like a UI,
Yeah.
UX design, responsive time, just overall like game battles and everything. It just feels smoother. You know when like
Yeah.
things just feel right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Timing,
Yeah.
music, colors, the way that textures interact with each other, like they got it.
Is it
my God.
is it a free to play game or do you buy it?
You have to buy it.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I would love it if it was free to play and you could
Yeah.
just buy outfits or something
Yeah,
like that. That would be really
always.
cool. Because with my character, I was like, oh, I'm picking out my outfit. Wait, I have to choose a shirt and choose a pants. So I can just not have a shirt or not
Or
have
not
pants.
pants.
I'm gonna run around
You're naked. That's awesome. That's so good.
So that's my character just running around naked with my TemTems. They're not called
Yeah.
Pokemon, they're called TemTems. And
Right.
it's actually really hard. You know how
Okay.
Pokemon, you at the beginning, you're like, yeah, whatever, I'll just fight a bunch of level 2s and I'll eventually get to level 10 and I'll
Yeah.
be fine. No, even as a level whatever and you're fighting the things of the same
Hard.
level, it's...
I kind of love that.
Yeah, matching up the types of TemTems with other types is
Yeah.
really important because like the elements, if you're versus something that's like against your element, it's gone.
You're done, yeah.
Instead of using like PP, like
PP.
I guess PowerPoints or whatever it was called
Right.
in
PP.
Pokemon, they use a stamina bar, and so you
Okay.
only get so much amount of stamina, and each of your moves have stamina, and so you can rest between each like attack if you want to regain your stamina. But if your stamina goes, then you start taking like damage on yourself because you're out of breath, type of thing.
Right.
And you're always fighting with two TemTems at the same time. So
okay.
it's a tag team
You
style.
go back, yeah. Okay, I've played a
Yeah,
couple Pokemon
and
games
yeah,
like
it's
that.
really great. And I've been seeing other people run around, but you can't talk to them yet. I think that's
Right.
like something they're gonna wait until
They're gonna
later
implement
on.
it later.
Yeah,
Probably
you
an
can't
update.
like battle other people, which I totally understand. If you're just starting out in this game and there's
Too much to learn.
yeah, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot of the world to still build up. One of my favorite things so far is that NPCs are really cheeky.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, they're not just like, hello, today the sky
Very-
is blue.
yeah.
Half the time they're like, why are you talking to me? Leave
I
me
love
alone.
that.
Why are you
You know-
still talking to me? Please stop talking to me. Okay, please go away. Like it's really, really cheeky and it's fun to read.
It makes me think of Stardew.
Oh,
which
yeah.
we were gonna play.
I know, I'm sorry.
But
I
it's
forgot
okay.
my Switch.
Totally, you're fine. You're fine. I didn't even know. You kind of surprised me. You're like, hey, I was gonna play Stardew with you, which I love you for doing.
I love Stardew
because I
so
love that
much.
game. But the same thing, where like the interactions with the characters in that world are the same and very. You learn some interesting things.
Oh man,
from
it's
your
one of the
characters.
darkest stories ever.
Yeah.
Stardew
That's
is
interesting.
it's pretty intense.
Super intense.
I actually started playing it on PC after playing it on Switch for like a year. I played it on PC because I wanted to download mods and see what
yeah.
the whole mods thing is about, and I love it so far.
What's your favorite mod so far? That you've played?
There's called Flower. It's like a flower mod. I think it's like Star Flower or Flower Valley, something
Yeah.
like that. And they completely redesigned everything, reskin it with really beautiful textures. Yeah, and it's
Speaking
for
my
every single
language.
season. And
Oh,
so
I'm gonna have to
pretty.
go back now.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna see me next week. Sorry.
Some other things, like some gameplay things that are really helpful. There's one called Automate, and it's where you can put things inside of a chest, and it will attach itself to the different machines you put it. So say, for example, you have a charcoal kiln, and then you also have a furnace.
Yeah.
And then you put wood and ore into the thing, and it'll automatically turn the wood into coal, and then the other machine will pull it for the the furnace will turn it into a bar.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it makes it easier, and I just started using it for crab pots because you know how freaking horrible crab pots are.
I don't know if I ever got to that point.
So
part of the
crab
game.
pots are these like things that you put in the water, and you have to put bait into it, and then you
I
can
didn't do
catch.
that.
Yeah, so. The whole thing, you have to first make bait,
Okay.
and then you put the bait in. You wait 24 hours, and then it pops out a thing that like an animal or a piece of garbage, and you have
Oh, it's
to
just like
check-
fishing, but
Yeah.
without the fishing.
You have to check on it every day, and it's so annoying, and I hate it. And with
Why
all-
did they implement that?
Well,
Was
there's
it
a lot-
always there?
There's a lot of things in the game that I hate, but this is one of the
interesting.
things that I just like never did because it was so annoying and the payout was horrible because you
Yeah.
want to catch lobsters, and I've never ever caught a lobster.
Right.
But you can now with Automate, you put a chest right there, put your bait in there, and it'll automatically put the bait in.
Oh.
Make
And
it
then,
so you don't have to go and check on it.
yeah, and
Okay.
it pulls all the fish out for you.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's great for that.
Okay.
Yes.
So there are things you hate about Stardew.
Well, okay, one of the other things
Tell me
oh my god,
more.
I'm getting like really into Stardew Valley. It's like
It's okay. You were really into
Deep.
TemTem too, which I love that you're into. Because now I think I'll do my Let's Play next week for TemTem.
Yay! You'll love it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 5-hour game. Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Yeah, it's one of
So
those.
be
Like you're going to be
prepared.
in it because
Okay.
you're going to want to get to like okay.
Yeah.
So
but back to Stardew.
with Stardew, another thing that a lot of people hate is you can pan for gold.
Yeah.
And you can only pan for gold if there's a thing that's sparkling in the water. But the thing is, they never show up. Those things that are sparkling in the water almost never show up. I think I've seen it once. And so there's just
You
no
have to kind of
point.
wait there.
No, you just randomly come upon in the water.
there's no warning or
there's
something?
no
Oh, that
indication, no
sucks.
warning. There's no music. That
I've
you
never
can
even
barely
heard these
see
parts
it.
of the game. Okay.
Yeah, it's dumb, and no one has. And you get like 1 copper from it, or like 1 gold. Whereas I could just
Right.
go into the
So much easier.
mines and then hit something and get like way more than that.
I like that mechanic in the sense that it's a really rare thing. That if the reward was there, I feel like it'd be way more
yeah,
interesting.
if it was like, oh, you might get a prism
Right.
shard, or if you might get
something even
iridium.
rarer.
Yeah,
Like I don't know.
yeah.
I feel like they just need to up the reward on that to make it worthwhile.
Well-
Because it's kind of cool in terms of like you might see it, you might never see it. You know, like I don't mind that. Like it's kind of Easter eggy, but
What I really want is for the developers to just like, I don't know, make a new valley and make a new story with new
Yeah.
characters, because I love the game mechanics. It's
too.
so fun,
Yeah.
and I just want it to be like new every once in a while. Maybe
Yeah.
even just like DLC packs of new characters, replace all the old characters, put in new characters.
I agree with the map thing. Just because you do the same thing over and over, you go through many seasons. And,
Yeah.
I feel like it's due for one of those new map updates. You know, like what Apex does or something. Because I too really love the game. Coolest trick that you've learned. I'm guessing that's in
Coolest trick
reference to
For cosplay, probably. Coolest trick I've ever learned. I have a ton of little tricks for cosplay, and I don't realize I know them until somebody is with me at a convention and they're trying to swipe their phone while wearing a glove, and I'm like, oh, just lick your thumb. And then they lick their thumb while wearing the glove, and they're like, oh my god, I could take a selfie now. I'm not even joking, that's like a thing.
That's the
I
thing.
did
Lick
not
your
know
thumb.
that either. Okay,
Interesting.
so that's a trick.
When
a really good
you're so
It's like a hack. You should just do a hack video.
Yeah, I know. I could be like one of those DIY hack videos.
You just
Yeah.
be like, here's 7 hacks that you
Top-
didn't know about cosplay. Or like, you
Top
said,
5 cosplay hacks.
Yeah.
yeah. Or like those Instagram videos, you're right, where you
Yeah.
can just show how it works. Those
Yeah,
are
I
really
watched
popular.
a really bad one this morning. It was not about cosplay. It was about like bathroom hacks, and this
Cell
person,
phone.
they cut their toothbrush
Yes,
in
I
half,
saw that one.
and then hot glued it to the top of their toothpaste hold thing, and then they unscrewed their toothpaste, and then put the toothpaste on, and then held their toothpaste while they're brushing their teeth. I'm like, this is really dumb.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
Waste of time. The thing
Yeah.
I did like was the glue gun soap holder, though.
No, you should just buy a soap holder.
I thought it was cute.
There's a lot of them. I'm like, this is intentionally bad to get shared.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot like, no, there's no. Why do you need this?
That's
yeah.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
I think you should show off. I wish we had a Clementine right now, so you
Oh
could
my
show your
gosh!
tricks.
I have this magical trick with a clementine. Can I get my phone or something? I'm gonna show it on TikTok at
We can
least.
Okay.
Oh, can you? Okay, can you
pull
go to
it
my
up.
TikTok?
And somebody said peanut butter jelly time. Does that mean, is that
was
your
me.
cue to dance?
That's the
It
dance,
was,
yeah.
it was when the video was playing with the.
Oh,
yeah.
right. Yeah, okay. That was true. You're doing the ding, ding, ding. That was good.
All right, we're gonna pull up this video. I'm very
It
proud
was
of
on
it.
Halloween. I can't believe it was on Halloween we did our
Yeah,
thing.
we did.
That was a good
that's
Halloween.
go to. You have to go to my. Yeah, go to that, and then it's the second video in the middle.
Okay, let's see it. It's the
Wait,
trick.
hold
on.
Oh,
We
we
gotta
haven't
wait.
shown it yet. It's coming up.
I don't think you can
on now.
rewind it,
No, you're
so-
good. I love your outfit. What the heck?
3 seconds.
Whoa.
Took 3 seconds. Wait, watch it again. Watch it again. Okay.
Yeah, half.
Bam.
Half.
Bam.
Half.
Done.
Wow.
Oh.
You guys, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. So.
I'm gonna try to practice it for next week.
So I'll tell you the trick, and
yeah.
this is it's not necessarily safe for work kind of description, but it's the only way to remember it because a lot of people will just be like, oh, you just pull it apart, right? I'm like, no, there's a
No.
system.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pretend I'm holding an orange. So
Okay.
there's the top of the orange, that's the stem, right? And there's the bottom of the orange, that's the butthole.
Yeah.
So what you do is you take the butthole and you goatsy the butthole. You don't stick your fingers into it because that's gay.
Right.
You want to just goatsy it to
Right.
show that you're a bro.
Yeah.
And so when you pull it apart, when you're goatseeing it, you're not compromising the flesh of the orange,
Right.
not getting juices everywhere. And so
God.
and then you do it again in quarters, and then you're good.
And then you're good. That's
was
a
a-
great analogy.
This was a wild ride. This was a wild ride.
It was saucy. It was very saucy.
So hopefully next time you remember, don't finger it, just goatsy it.
Just go see it. There's a technique. All right, that's good. I'm trying to see if there's any other people in chat here. Darkness Best Girl.
Yes, she
Ooh.
was the best girl.
I might bug you for that cosplay one day.
Now tie a cherry stem with your tongue. I have never been able to do that.
Oh, I can't either.
Yeah, no, that's some
It's
fancy.
very challenging. There must be a trick for that too, I'm assuming. Google it, I guess.
Start with a tied cherry stem.
Then you put it in your mouth.
Oh, then you put it in your mouth.
Ba-da.
I remember they did a commercial with Starburst where the girl unwrapped it with her tongue, and then the
Yes.
guy went and did it, and he unwrapped it, but it came out as like a crane, like a paper crane. I'm like, oh yeah, you know that guy.
Oh my god.
That guy knows what's up.
Those candies are so good. I didn't realize. I think I had an overdose on them when I was a kid, and then I tried them recently, and I was like, oh my.
Starburst?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I think they're very unique flavors that you can't really find anywhere else.
Yeah,
That's
Starbursts are good, except for the yellow ones.
No.
Yellow candies are
They're
all
good.
garbage.
I feel like they
They're
taste
all good.
the same
All
as
garbage.
Skittles.
Yeah, yellow.
No,
is-
Skittles are different.
Really?
Really?
Are they a different flavor? I don't know if it's the same.
I feel like when I put a Starburst, I would have.
All right, next week on the cool down,
They
we're
just
gonna
feel
test.
they taste exactly the same to me.
I've never
Right,
tried that, but I
Skittles.
believe you.
Let's do a taste test next week. I got to bring in Skittles and Starburst, and we're gonna do a test on the cool down.
And M&Ms.
No, that doesn't count.
Two different things.
Yeah, you know what's great? You should mix them together. Put them in
Yeah.
a cup, mix them together, and just play the game. Chocolate
Pure
or
anarchy.
chocolate or fruit.
Chaotic evil right there.
Chaotic
That's
evil.
horrible.
Okay, last question. What's the weirdest costume you've ever been asked to make?
Okay, so do you remember The Escapist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you remember what's his name? The guy with the stick figure.
Face.
Yeah.
What?
What's his name? He's like it's a stick figure
I have to Google
body.
it. I don't have my space phone with me.
Do you remember what it's called? But he was on The Escapist.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he so his oh god, I'm trying to remember. Oh, Zero Punctuation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Zero Punctuation. Let's look up a photo of Zero Punctuation really
Okay.
fast.
0. There you go. Yep.
Yeah. So that.
Yes. Okay.
You had to
Okay.
do that cosplay?
Yes, I had
Whoa.
to build that for him.
This guy right
yeah,
here.
Yeah,
Okay,
for me.
we're gonna probably pull it
I
up
wore
here.
it.
Whoa. Did it look like that?
Yes. Do I have is there a photo of it?
I'm gonna pull it up on my
online
phone.
at all. Oh yeah, there we go.
There you go,
That-
down
that
there.
video.
Boom, boom.
Oh yeah.
Yahtzees. Oh yeah, there's a picture on Escapist magazine.
Down,
the cosplay.
Cosplay.
down, down.
The link.
There
the
we
link.
go.
That
There you
it.
go.
Yeah.
Stella Chuu meets. Oh yeah. Okay.
So
but
scroll.
Okay,
Where's
cool.
the
the
photo?
photo's not there.
Oh, the gallery's not available anymore. Let's
Oh,
Go back.
broken.
Go
There
back.
was
Go
a
back.
video on the first page.
Maybe
yeah,
the
let's
video?
go back and watch the video then.
Okay.
Hold on.
The third video should be.
Watching somebody else.
That's not me. Those,
But-
none of those are me.
Did it look
Oh,
anything
yeah.
like that? No, it looked like this other dude, right?
Watching somebody else Google is always
That was
Always
wasn't it?
fascinating.
good television.
Zero punctuation at E3. I
Yeah,
thought
that
was you.
picture right there with the Luigi's. That's
That was
me.
you? Oh my god.
That's so
me.
good.
Wow,
That
that
is
is good.
the weirdest costume I have ever done.
Ever done.
Yes.
That was at E3.
Yeah.
We went to that.
I ran
exhibition.
around with Yahtzee, the guy who created this, and yeah, people were going crazy.
Oh, good. It's
I mean,
really
it's
good.
old school gamer culture.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
was, early 2000s.
These games, yeah, it's like way back
Yeah.
in the day. Luigi's Mansion 3, yay or nay?
I haven't actually played it.
Oh my god, you need to play it.
You done goofed.
I've
done
watched all of Polygon's video about it with what's his name, George Michael.
George Michael?
George James.
Oh yeah, that
Mike-
guy.
That was his face. I'm like looking at everyone else because I can never
I
remember
don't-
any
I
names.
wouldn't
and I can
be able
never
to tell
remember
you.
the whole thing.
It's something Michael. Maybe it's not. I don't
Okay.
know. Whatever his
But-
name is. I love him, the guy from Polygon, and
Yes.
he suspiciously looks like a character from Stardew Valley. I don't know if he knew this, but he looks like the doctor from Stardew Valley, like exactly
yeah,
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? Oh God. Well, anyway, so
The point is, Luigi's Mansion 3, you're into it. You just haven't played it yet.
I actually haven't. I don't even know
Okay.
anything about it. I don't
Okay.
even know what it looks like.
Well, it's really fun.
Oh,
You get it
okay,
on the
cool.
Switch.
Okay. Okay.
I was just curious because we were talking about you were at the Luigi's Mansion activation, actually.
Yeah.
All right, what's your next convention? What's next for you? Where can we find all your stuff?
So
People who are just
yeah,
tuning
I'm
in.
gonna be at Katsucon in a
Yeah,
few
that's right, you
weeks.
said that.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Any
fun.
others
I'm excited.
down the road?
Nothing
Nothing confirmed yet?
Anime Matsuri. I will be guesting
Okay,
at Anime
cool.
Matsuri in Texas.
Amazing.
And then of course, like I try and go to all the conventions here in LA.
like E3 and yeah, okay, cool.
E3 Anime Expo for sure.
Yes, yeah.
And then my show is here every Thursday. So
And how many? You go 10 episode cycles. How many are you into now? You said you did. Your
I just
second
did my second one, so
8 more.
8 more episodes.
So tons of awesome stuff this coming next 2 months.
Thursday? Oh.
Yeah,
I know.
8 weeks.
Excited.
Yeah,
It was like Thursday.
Thursday, every Thursday.
Literally, this coming Thursday.
Great.
Yeah.
And on your social platforms, it's all Stella Chuu with how many U's?
Oh God, 5 views.
5.
Not my
views.
fault. Not my fault.
But good call.
Wait,
I think
so
you got it
is-
across pretty much all the platforms,
Try
right?
2, and if it doesn't work, do
Good
5.
job.
Yeah.
Just do
yeah,
5.
if 2 doesn't work, 5 works. Yeah.
All right.
The more the use, the better.
Wonderful.
Actually, the more use, the more followers. I just realized that.
Really?
Yes. Yes. In fact, yeah. My
Holy
lesser
cow.
channels are 2 use.
Oh, so the ones that are just all the 5 U's have the higher number.
For some reason, I don't know how that happens. So like Facebook is like 700.
Maybe the algorithm like gets you going. Oh yeah, this is
what's
where
this?
we at the end of the show we usually have our guests sign the epic swear jar, which Kyle
Has single-handedly funded.
Yeah, you
Oh, there's a
single-handedly funded it.
5 Canadian.
Canadian. That was my dad. He's actually watching tonight with my mom.
Hey, Papa.
Yay! And then you can pick whatever color you want. Get creative.
Did I swear today? I don't even know.
No, I don't think you did.
Oh,
well, you said some
Is there a
raunchy
pen?
stuff, but you didn't swear.
I can say
Is there a
butthole.
pen? Like a
Yeah,
pen?
you can
This?
do this.
No, this one, right?
Sure.
Okay, so I just sign this.
Just sign it, and you get to keep a Last Week in Gaming mug,
Yay!
and that'll be our show in 5 seconds here.
Yay!
There you go. Plus
Signed
1,
it.
Kyle. We're racking up them dollars. We're gonna buy ourselves some Baby Yoda. Did you
A
guys
Baby
see that
Yoda.
$350 Baby Yoda toy, by the way?
Yeah.
Wow.
500.
It's 500?
Why?
What? It was $350.
I'm just gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna
we tried
3D
to buy
print that
some.
thing instead, and it'll be a lot less money.
Yes, I will pay you money for it. Yes.
Yeah, you can. It's really easy.
Yeah, okay.
3D because someone already 3D modeled it for us.
Amazing, amazing.
I did
Painted
it.
Where is it? Can people see it?
No, I haven't made it yet, but
Okay.
it's possible.
It's in the works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have you back on the show and you'll
Hey.
All right. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into our episode every Friday. Yes, we appreciate it so much. Johnny, Andy, everybody in chat, of course. We'll be back next Friday with another awesome guest. His name is Jesse Cox. Maybe you've known him from the YouTubes, but he'll be there. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we'll catch you next week on Last Week in Gaming.
Bye bye.
That's our show.